When the internet was born, a very strange thing occurred. People decided that they had permission to be ruder to folks online than they were to folks face to face. And trolls, as we call them, spawned into existence. I know that these trolls have always existed because for some reason, my being disabled somehow gave these individuals permission to be rude to me face to face, the way that they are rude to other folks online. We call face to face trolls bullies. Bullies aren't just rude to disabled folks, they are rude for many, many ridiculous reasons. Many people have been targeted like I have, and bullies are beginning to feel like they have permission to be rude to more folks face to face too. When I was a kid, I thought that bullies targeted me because there was something wrong with me. Now, the easy answer is to say that something is wrong with them instead. And that's true. The reason that bullies target me has nothing to do with me and everything to do with the bullies. But what is it? What is it that is wrong with bullies and trolls that causes them to target people that they consider vulnerable? I experienced something one particular day that I had no idea could be possible until it happened. I used to stand outside my kids' middle school every day after school. I did this so that I could walk them to wherever I could find a parking spot that day. On this particular day, as I was standing there waiting for my kids, a young man that I had never met before approached me. This kid had a difficult time walking. He had some kind of physical condition that made him wobble as he walked. I didn't even notice that he had approached me at first. Kids by the hundreds were bustling by. This kid did not say hello. He did not ask any question of me. Instead, he began circling around me and dancing goofily and shouting something. It took me a moment to realize what he was doing. I did look down at him once. The contempt on his face was obvious. But as I gazed around in confusion at what was happening, I immediately caught a glimpse of a group of boys close by, laughing and pointing in my direction. It immediately dawned on me what was happening. Those boys had sent a disabled kid over to me to make fun of a disabled adult. And those boys weren't just laughing at me. I thought about it for a moment, how I should handle the situation. I just ignored the kid dancing around me until he got bored and left. He rejoined his friends like he had just done something awesome. And for the first time in my life, I genuinely felt sorry for another disabled person. I don't feel sorry for myself. And when people say that they feel sorry for me, I tell them that I don't feel sorry for me. My disability has its challenges for sure, but my disability also comes with some very powerful opportunities. What was wrong with that disabled kid trying to bully me? It's quite simple, really, and it was revealed by the interaction that he had with his friends. In a previous video, I talked about the social hierarchy tube. How does the social hierarchy tube relate to this situation? Who was trying to get a leg up in the social hierarchy tube? Who made that disabled kid believe that that was the way to do it? Did it work? That particular experience never happened again. I saw that disabled kid walk past me many, many times, and not once did he ever repeat his outlandish behavior. Did I defeat that young man by ignoring him? That wasn't my goal. Did I want him to stop? No, but I could see that he knew that he wasn't getting what he wanted out of me. Why? Because I knew what was happening. Had his friends not been standing right there, it would have been harder for me to figure it out. Why was the group of kids so close? Because they needed the disabled kid not to chicken out. They were close by because they had to show their support in order for their disabled friend to be brave enough to do what he did. There was a time that I was timid. There was a time that I was scared. What changed? I realized why people do what they do. They think they're all stuck in the social hierarchy tube, and they hate it. And they mistakenly think that going up will make them feel better about it. There are many ways that people rise in the social hierarchy tube, and one way is to show your bravery by putting other people down. And people don't just attack folks who seem to be beneath them. In high school, I literally talked to everybody. My hands seemed to be some kind of priest's collar that indicated that people should confess their lives to me. What did I learn from these conversations? Everybody feels attacked because they are being attacked. No matter where you think you are in the social hierarchy tube, lots and lots of someones don't like your looks, your personality, your social status, your clothes, your style, your job, you name it. Your fellow travelers in the social hierarchy tube see you as competition, and there are rules to that competition. The only way to free yourself from the social hierarchy tube is to stop obeying those rules and make your own rules about how you want to live. Stop acting like everybody is your enemy. Stop acting like everybody has a right to have an opinion about you. Stop acting like you have a right to an opinion about everybody else. Nobody has a legitimate right to judge anyone else's life. Why do we do it then? It's one of the rules of the social hierarchy tube. And when humans disappear and the social hierarchy tube ceases to exist, future creatures will find our empty cities, and they will marvel at the cooperation that built those cities. And they may believe that we were supportive of one another because we actually were. Everything that we all have is a direct result of people working together. Even our terrible weapons of destruction are built by cooperation. Talk about irony. You can fight your way to the top of the social hierarchy tube if you feel so inclined. Do you know what you'll find at the top? A whole bunch more empty tube that you can't access because you have run out of people to walk over. Bullies and trolls will always target you in an attempt to rise in the social hierarchy tube. The trick is how to disarm those attacks so that they don't affect you. Understand why the bullies and trolls do what they do. It really has nothing to do with who you are, and only everything to do with what they think they want. But the pursuit of the social hierarchy tube is entirely hollow. Do you need to get ahead to be a person of worth? What do you need to make yourself feel worthwhile? If you need the approval of others, if you cannot approve of yourself, then you will ever remain a hopeless resident of the social hierarchy tube. And you will always remain vulnerable to it until you have the courage to stop following its rules.